Science fiction, the genre that makes science look interesting. Watching it really makes you think that hey, things like physics and chemistry might actually be pretty cool. But when you get out of that fictional world and make an attempt to academics in real life, you learn that yeah, science is awesome, but only when fictional characters deal with it. In reality, it's just pain and suffering. Actually, even in science fiction, science isn't always awesome. It also sometimes brings pain and suffering. Steins Gate, ladies and gentlemen. The main protagonist Okabe in Daru considers himself a mad scientist and also acts like one. But at the start, you don't really know if he's actually mad or just being sarcastic. Is he a genius or just an egotistical dumb who thinks he's very smart? And the truth is that yeah, he is actually very smart because he invents time machine and shit later in the story. But anyways, the show starts off with Okabe going to a building for attending a time travel seminar along with his childhood friend Mayuri. Okabe meets a girl named mach who claims that she already met him. But for Okabe, this is his first time seeing her. Okabe doesn't want to deal with a red-haired weirdo, so he dips. Actually, nah, I can't even badmouth Kurisu, man. She is just awesome. Like, even the red hair just looks so fucking good. And there's this another red thing that looks equally good. The subscribe button, which you should definitely press, and also turn on the post notifications so that you will get notified for my future vids that I upload once in a blue moon. Okabe hears a scream and finds out Kirisu lying in a pool of blood. He sends an email about this to his best friend Daru, and as soon as he sends it, things get weird. Okabe learns that the email has been sent back in time and the seminar that he attended was actually cancelled. And thus begins the journey to the first 10 mystery slice of lifey episodes. And if you're not smart enough, you'll find these episodes boring. Just kidding. Some other characters are introduced in these 10 episodes. Ryuka, who is cuter than both Kirisu and Mayuri. Suzuha, who is hired by the landlord of the place Okabe lives. And Moeka, the only annoying character in this great cast of characters. These all characters eventually join the future gadget laboratory pirates. Also, I forgot to mention the microwave that does weird stuff. So there's that. It's kind of important. But anyways, Okabe manages to figure out how to send an email to the past. And these time traveling DMs will be known as D-mails from now on. Sending a D-mail changes Okabe's timeline, and timelines are... look, I'm not gonna explain all that, like, come on. So, Okabe is the only one who retains the memory of the previous timelines because he's the main protagonist and also has this superpower called reading Steiner. With the help of an old ass computer, they find out that an organization named CERN is doing some time traveling experiments and turning humans into green goo. Now that's weird. So the good guys wanna prevent that. But first, all the lab members change shit from their past and fulfill their fantasies with the help of D-mails, which just makes things even weirder because of butterfly effect. So they invent a time leaping machine using which you can send your consciousness back in time. Now that's what I call a fantasy. But instead of using it, they think that hey, let's just make this invention public and expose the evil organization. But Illuminati, CERN invades their lab, annoying Moekas with them, and they kill Mayuri. Now that's some bullshit. So Okabe uses a time leap machine to get back in time and save Mayuri. Now the slice of life shit is over, but the next arc is even shittier, like all that pain and suffering. Okabe uses the time machine again and again to save Mayuri, but why am I even making this video? Suzuha reveals that she is actually a time traveler. and she is a solution to save Mayuri. To save Mayuri, Okabe needs to jump back into the original beta timeline. Also, Daru is Suzuha's father. Wholesome moment. So he repairs her time machine and off goes Suzuha and commits suicide. The new mission is to get the old ass computer back so they can hack into CERN's systems and delete some of their stuff, which will prevent CERN from spying on the lab and eventually killing Mayuri. To do this, they need to undo all the D-mail shenanigans, because by undoing them, it's hard to explain. Let's just say it's all nanotechnology. Assume it's nanotechnology, and by reversing the emails, Mayuri will be saved. So Okabe does the hard job of undoing fantasies of his crew members. Also, you might have noticed, as I have noticed too right now, that I forgot to mention Paris. She's a cat girl and her character arc revolves around the city this anime takes place in, Akihabara. Now the D-mails have been reversed, they have obtained the old ass computer. Hacker Daru is doing his magic, but Okabe suddenly comes to the realization that by preventing Mayuri's death, that is going to the OG timeline, Kirisu will die. It's a dilemma, but the thing is, in the current alpha timeline, CERN's going to take over and do mad shit in future. So as Okabe is a nice guy, he chooses to go back to beta and abandon his love life. But Suzuha arrives and tells him that, well, this timeline is too, cause World War III will happen. So the solution is Steins Gate, a timeline where everything is normal, no one dies, no war, no new world order. And to enter this timeline, they need to prevent Kirisu's death because nanotechnology. So Okabe and Suzuha go back in time to do that, but now doing this shit again and again is depressing, so Mayuri needs to motivate the guy. But Steins Gate 0 also exists, where instead of motivating Okabe to try again and end the story in one more episode, she, well, comforts him. I don't know how to describe it. So let me quickly summarize 0. It's also slice of lifey, but sadder. It's awesome though, I don't care what anyone else says. Also, Kirisu is 01 in this series, and some new characters are awesome too, like that moss-haired girl. But that's not surprising, every character in Steins Gate is awesome. Except Moek, of course. So anyways, the ending. Mayuri motivates Okabe to try again, and basically their strategy is to prank the past Okabe into thinking that Kirisu is dead. That way the past Okabe will continue to do the D-mail thingy, but this time, Kirisu will actually be alive, so yeah, a happy ending.